to 813-696-6676. You could win a free tincture bottle. Fresh made Moringa leaf extract. If you text tincture to 813-696-6676, you could win a free bottle of tincture. We have a 1 ounce tincture. This is used under the tongue, subliminally. This is the tincture here. I don't have any in my tea, but I do have a wonderful tea here with me. A little bit of moringa, a little bit of burdock, a little bit of mojang, a little bit of plantago. Thank you very much for joining us today on today's Grow Moringa podcast. We have a great show planned for you today. That's because we are industry leaders. We are system builders. We are connectors of people. We raise capital and crops. And we buy land and build moringa farms. Let me just make sure everyone's here. Text tincture to 813-696-6676 to win this week. We had a few people that texted tea last week. We're just going to send those people teas. Just make sure you text this week. Say hello in the chat. And let's see who's in here. We've got some other fans. Hey, welcome. Hey, welcome, y'all. Great. Good to see everyone. Welcome back. Everything is working. Mic check. Can you hear me? Happy Saturday. Today was actually tincture. We have a spotlight today, why Moringa matters. We're going to go through that today. We're going to go through some systems of the week. We have a new wholesale sheet. I want to talk to you guys about that. Growth OS, of course, lots of interest about Growth OS. We have a member that's asking how to make a sales post. So I wanted to address this. We're going to spend the bulk of today's show building a proper sales post. Featuring one of our members. He's actually in San Diego, and he has some moringa. So we're going to not only promote our member and help him out, but we're going to also share and teach you how to make a proper sales post. We have some new products available. We're going to share some new offers, some new features. We have something new happening, of course, the seasons. So we'll talk more about seasonal sales and how you can navigate the world of the seasons and the world of nature. Navigate nature. How to navigate nature. That is what we do as farmers. We're navigating nature. So thanks for hanging with us. We'll also talk a little bit more about staying grounded, what we can do to stay grounded in this wild nature, greenhouse building, and also we'll talk more about how to build soil. And some goals, we'll talk more about making biostimulant. Right? We have a question. Someone's asking the difference between the seed capsules and the leaf capsules. We'll talk about that. We are going to build this one pager together that's going to answer the question of how to make a sales post today. So we're going to start using the tools, technology. I'm going to go in and use ChatGPT. You guys are going to see exactly how I'm starting to use the tools, and we're going to show you how to make a proper sales post. That way you get more attention. And then we will pretty much just work on that mostly. So thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for hanging with us. Thanks a lot for saying hey. We have a buy two, get one free sale at growmoringa.com. Would love for you to stop by. We also have some new products. This here is 1 pound of loose leaf. 1 pound of loose leaf now available. We're going to be making the labels today. I've got a lot of work to do after today's show, making labels. And today I just powdered up for the first time 5 pounds of powder. 5 pounds of powder. Ooh, this could be definitely like a workout for sure. So we have 5 straight pounds of powder now available. We're really trying to help businesses get established. We're really trying to help big players making smoothies, people that are incorporating it in, make it in their cookies and their pastries and baking it into their rice. You know, this could be good for an event if somebody has an event coming up. I believe we have these for sale for $175. Right now, you can get these for $175. 5 pounds of fresh USA powder. Well, guess what? We actually have an announcement. On April 11th, only 2 months away, we're going to have an event. The event is called MoringaCon. So we are going to be bringing back MoringaCon. So I need to go ahead and make some notes here, of course. MoringaCon is going to be something that we bring back. Make sure to save your dates and calendars for April 11th. April 11th, we are going to have a workshop. It's going to just be a one-day event. This MoringaCon will just be a one-day conference from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. But we're going to have guest speakers. We're going to have 30-minute workshops. We'll probably have about at least 10 to 15 different workshops on making loose leaf, making powder, drying your greens, making the sales posts, which we're going to mostly be talking about here today, making sales posts. But MoringaCon is going to be April 11th right here at Grow Moringa Farms. We would love for you to join us. And one of the things that we're going to be talking about during the event is extra revenue streams. Okay, we have how you can sell Moringa to people. I didn't start off selling Moringa powder by the 5 pound. I started off selling Moringa by the 10 gram. And I sold hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands and thousands of little baggies first. This is actually how I started. So when I started having little bits of loose leaf and I started having my own trees and harvesting, I started with just having, a little bit of powder for $5. These baggies are $5, right? So that's one way, starting with baggies. That's going to get you in the revenue quickly. If you want to also consider the fact that even myself, I buy in, like I'm buying in seeds. I'm buying in biostimulant in the extract form and in the powder form. What's the difference between the biostimulant powder and the USA powder? Is the growing practices, the harvesting practices, the packaging practices, and also the location. Because I'm growing Moringa in the USA, I have a higher standard right here for my own powder versus something that might be harvested out in the field or maybe dried in an area that doesn't have climate control, things like that. If it's dried outside, or if maybe it's produced with sticks and stems, or maybe it just wasn't packaged properly, given the location, the education, things like that. Kind of, for me, cost. Because I'm able to buy in powder, it's USDA powder. It's a little bit of a cheaper powder. Even though it has vitamins and minerals, it just doesn't have the look. The look that people want is the green, but also we don't want to consume sticks and stems and things like that. The reason why I'm able to keep it green is because I'm drying it in a climate controlled environment. It's being dried once. Usually if it comes and it's coming brown, it's because it's being dried, cold, hot, cold, wet over the course of like a few days or a week. So it's no fault of anybody, their location, what they have available. But the USDA powder that I bring in, even though it's the highest quality that we can get, it's still, cheaper to buy in to be able to say, hey, let's just use this powder for biostimulant. That's the powder that we put on the soil. That's the powder that we use for fertilizer. That's the powder that we use to supplement and add and amend the soil. This powder is much more for the human consumption. So this is what I'm trying to break down is Moringa matters because you can have it for human consumption, getting all the sticks and stems out, having it real green and nice. And you can also have Moringa for animals. So we've been pelletizing and also Moringa for soil. And that's really the USDA powder that we bring in, which is the same exact powder that's on the shelf. There's no difference. Say like somewhere else, if you're buying online somewhere and they're importing Moringa, there's no difference than the USDA powder that I have for soil than the powder that's, say, wrapped up in a human consumption powder for other companies. But for this company, my company, we have a little bit different standard. We have a higher quality standard for our powder. And so therefore right now, we're just using USA green, super fresh powder that we know that we can trust for human consumption. So make sure to come by for MoringaCon April 11th. We're going to have an event here, April 11th. It's going to be a full day event. Love to see you here. Okay, something new that we finished this week, and I can bring it up, is actually the wholesale sheet. Ooh, man. This thing, it's in the members area. People have access to this wholesale sheet in the members area. Right? I'll share my screen. I was able to finish it up. Ooh, man. This thing is pretty great. Here we have some definitions. USDA, that's what I mentioned, is members of the collective import from another country. We have USA, that's grown right here in the USA, tested for heavy metals, mold, bacteria, E. coli. I guess we should add in there salmonella. Somebody said, hey, does it have salmonella? And I'm like, these are things that happen in very like big commercial projects. It's very rare, if ever, that something like that has ever happened in a small project. But I mean, we do all the steps to make sure that things are super clean. We haven't had a batch tested for salmonella or test positive for salmonella. So I'm sure when we get this tested, maybe they do have salmonella. I'm not sure. As an extra, I'm not sure if we need to pay extra for that. I'll look into it. But for the main things that mostly that people are concerned about, we're golden. Suggested price, on sale price, and wholesale price. These are the items here. This first section is the bulk section where we have one big bag, a sack, a tote, or a bundle. Give us a couple months, we'll have the trees back in stock. We have, of course, people that if they order, we just let them know, hey, thanks for ordering. We're going to get it to you as soon as the trees are sprouted. Some people get upset. Like I had a guy say, I said I had a frost and the trees died. I said, well, you have two options. You have one option, do absolutely nothing, and I fill the order when I have trees again, when it warms up. And then second option is to say like get a store credit or get some powder or some tea or some capsules. And he was like, why would I? He was just really really mad and really upset with it, really rude. And I just said, hey, it's quite all right. I definitely didn't mind. I mean, I didn't have an option to give him a refund, but I did end up just not wanting to argue and say, hey, you can definitely have a refund. He kind of had a bunch of things that he was saying about why he would shop with me or this and that. And I was going to go back with a bunch of different replies, but it's not worth it. It's not worth it to argue and say, hey, well, it's nature. The trees died. It's not my fault that we had a frost. I took the trees off the website so that way people can't order them anymore right now. But say like if members are already in our system, they know us. Like I think mostly what it is people are worried about getting scammed. But people that know us, that are really working with us, they know that when they order, if it takes a month or 2 months, I don't miss orders. People have sometimes, if I did miss an order and people say anything, I always make sure that when I do get to it, if I skipped it, maybe it took a couple weeks, I got a lot of orders coming in. So people will sweetly remind me, especially members are really sweet about it because they know how much I'm working for the members, for them in the members area. So I think it was just a matter of just fear and so it worked out. I didn't want to spend the time to argue and say, hey, you know, you could have just waited. I'm going to plant the seeds again. I'm going to grow the trees again, and they're going to come back again. But if time is the issue, like where else are you going to get, moringa trees right now? I mean, we just had a huge frost. I mean, all of Florida had a frost, but I know that there are members and there are people that I need to also reach out to and talk to that have trees right now because maybe they could continue to help us supply trees. I just haven't seen members in the members area yet post, hey, I've got 100 or 200 small trees that I can ship out for you in the mail. Although we did have somebody post that they have powder, and that's why we're here today. So that way we can help them create a sales post for powder. I said all that because we have the trees here and you can get 10, 100, or 1,000. You can see the prices here for each tree, $5 a tree, 4 or 3. Usually retail, we have them on there right now for $20 a tree if they were up for sale. But we had a frost and all of our trees pretty much got wiped out. So we're going to be starting back up in April. It's no big thing. Once it heats up, we're going to plant another couple 100,000 seeds and we'll be back by May or June. No big deal. It's a seasonal thing that I'm talking about. That's why we're going to be just letting people know that it's a season. I don't feel bad now when somebody calls. Like I had a call yesterday. Hey, do you have trees? Say, hey man, I wish I did. I did have several thousand trees last week, but we had a frost, so they got wiped out. And it's just a seasonal thing. I don't have a way to protect them in a place that we had under 20-degree temperatures for like a week straight. We're just not prepared for that. We have seeds in 25,000 sack, 50,000 sack. The whole seed powder capsules, 10,000 count for $1,000. We've got 20 liters of biostimulant for this is 20 liters of oil for $2,000. We have the 20 liters of biostimulant for $800. And then this is where we have the USDA powder, 10 pounds for $200. So that's $20 a pound. We have the pellets, also same thing, no extra charge for making the pellets. Still $20 a pound. And then going into the USA loose leaf, we were able to drop it down to $22.50 a pound. So you can get a 10-pound bag for $225. One of the members just bought one yesterday. So she bought 10 pounds of loose leaf yesterday, $225. Boom. I was like, wow, this is huge. This is going to be huge for us as a business to start collecting thousands of dollars a day in sales, to help hire more people, to go out and harvest more trees, to produce more loose leaf and to have more dry space. This is huge. We have the tea as well. The powder, 10-pound powder, $225 for 10 pounds of powder. 10,000 capsules, $1,000 for a bag of 10,000 USA powder capsules. Then we have the kits. Going into the kits, of course, we have the issue with the trees right now. If you order that, it's going to come when we have trees. But we have the bio box, the PO box, which is powder and oil, the gift box, which has all the samples. We have the microgreens kit and the essentials box. This is new. This is 4 ounces of powder and 4 ounces of supplements. And I have this mobile ready. This is like mobile ready. So when you open this up on the mobile as well, like I said, this link is mostly in the members area. I also will probably have a link for this wholesale sheet other places. That way you can just have it and share it. I just finished it. I just finished this like yesterday. It took me like weeks. Seeds, you can see the cases here. I've got the images. So 20 count case, 100 count case of 10, or 1,000 baggie. So like 1,000 seeds per bag. And that's $25 each. So normally on the website, they're $60 or $50 each. That's what this means. Suggested means you have it listed for $60. On sale, that means that price is scratched out and you have it on sale for $50. And then I took 50% of all of those numbers and turned that into wholesale. But you just have to buy a case of 10 to get that price. That's all. The whole seed capsules in packages. Now we're going into packages. So the bulk was just a single bag. The package is the wholesale comes with the packages, So if you're trying to have a business, you can get this without a label and make your own label. If you need labels, hit me up because I can help make your labels. We have the biostimulant extract. We have the bio powder. We have it a little bit raised up in the bulk because say like the bulk was $200 for the 10 pound. And because we're packaging it and labeling it, it's $225 because between the package and the labels, that just pays for the packaging and the labels. That $25 essentially pays for that packaging and labeling. For right now, those little costs are what we're accounting for, trying to keep the cost down for everything, not really paying for the labor itself. But let's just say you wanted for your business to have animal pellets, 4-ounce animal pellets, and you put on your website 4-ounce animal pellets. And let's just say you wanted to drop ship where you wanted us to fulfill that order for you with your label on it. It would just be $47 for the label one time, but then I would just charge you wholesale price, essentially. So if somebody buys the 4-ounce pellets from your website and I ship it for you, the company ships it for you, the Grow Moringa Collective ships it for you, we'll charge you an invoice of $10 for that 4-ounce. But you could have it on your website for $30. Hopefully this still works. Right on. We have the loose leaf. We have the tea. We have the tea with the pouches. We have the tea with the box. Here's the USA powder. Real clean. USA capsules. You can get 1,000 package now. We have the single 1,000 package now. We went from 100 to 1,000. We have the spice. Oh, this batch of spice is great. Then, of course, we have the tincture. And then now we have the cayenne tincture. So that is our beautiful wholesale sheet that I was working on. Let's go ahead and jump into learning how to make a real sales post. Okay. And then we're going to feature one of the members that has that is interested in making a sale. Okay, so let's just say, like, real quick, I'll pull this up because I'm working on this right now. This is a document that I just started to make. And I'll just share my screen here as we work together. We want to learn how to make a proper sales post. That's what we're here today. We're going to spend a little time working together, working out this problem that we have of making a sales post. That's the major question of the week. Is the sales post so everybody's having a good time? Oh, hey, welcome. I see some chats here. Hello. Can you grow in South Carolina? Yes, you can grow moringa anywhere in the summer. This is a seasonal thing. It's something that you grow in the summer. Every summer, you don't really have to worry about it in the winter. I know that it has the word tree in it, and you think that it's a tree. So you need to grow it all year. But in this case, this tree is going to just be an annual tree. I think my mic here is having trouble loading in. Real quick. That'll be TikTok. Oh, hey, welcome. Bert's in the house. Welcome, Bert. All right. This tea is bitter, but it's keeping me powered up. So we're going to do sales post, and hopefully you guys can hear me, and at least you guys can hear me on Facebook. So we're sharing screen here, how to make a proper sales post. I'm going to pull up ChatGPT. We're going to work ChatGPT a little bit. Okay. I'll just go ahead and share my screen as we do this little by little. We're going to create the one pager. Essentially, I'm going to start the one pager with you together. So we'll just share the screen. So this is actually the one pager for, say, like, do we buy your moringa? All I did was kind of change out the title and change out the subheading. How to make a proper sales post. Get more sales attention to your post by adding this info. So one of the ways that I can use ChatGPT right now, and I want to start using other tools, but I have it pretty well dialed in for what I do is very simple work, honestly, but I want to teach you how to also use it. You can also use ChatGPT on the phone and other things, but we're going to just start this one pager together. What are some of the things that we need to have? And if we were to start like a prompt, one of the prompt here would be one of the things that we need to have together here is number one, become a member. We'll keep that. Number two, essentially that's going to be going into the marketplace, become a member, post in marketplace. So we have a marketplace in school, and we're going to change out the words here, but essentially this is the start of building up a new thing. This does say upload a clear finished product photo. This is essentially it right here, is upload a clear finished product photo. Become a member. What do I need to put in here before become a member? This is take a photo. Yeah, take a photo. Take a photo. So this is going to be take a photo of your product. Take a photo. Okay. Then if we upload a clear product photo here, the next one would be well, honestly, I want to start more so from scratch because I think maybe the post happens last. You know, number 10 might be the post. I think I kind of want to just take a quick note myself here. I'm going to create a new document. Here, this is going to be called make a proper sales post. We have to work this together at least a little bit for today, because I have to get this question out to the members a little bit later. This is a serious question. How to make a proper sales post. Let's kind of put this over. Let's put this over here. Let's make sure you guys can still see that. Yep. Okay, we can push this aside. Okay. So pull that aside here as well. So we have our one pager that we're going to build. This is in Photoshop. We just kind of have some notes here that I want to take, because really it's not, make the post. It needs to have, it might be at the end. This is make the post. But really, before that, we want to talk about 1, become a member. 2, make the post. So this would be in marketplace section. Right, but before that, I think in order to make a proper post, someone needs to consider, okay, so like this, for instance, is a sales post for them. They're trying to sell their own stuff. We know this for a fact. This person is selling their own product. This is for somebody that's selling their own product, right? Become a member. Okay. And then we want to say, because this is really product development. A part of this membership is about product development. So in order to develop your product, I think we're going to go into the product development phase. I think we need to come up with phases, because then we have the product development phase. The product development phase is, am I selling powder? Let's just go with powder, right? Because this guy has powder. So this one, as an example, for the most part, you're asking yourself, am I selling powder? Yes. So you want to essentially come up with the answer, yes. What am I selling? This might be, what am I selling? Okay. Am I selling powder? Yes. Okay. Well, after the product development phase, which would include packaging and labeling, right? That's number 2. Number 3, well, if you're doing packaging labeling, well, before that, you have to ask yourself size, quantity. How much are you selling? I think what Curtis did in the members area is he says he has 60 pounds of powder. So the way that he said that, he's saying that he might want to sell it all at once. So he's I think wanting to do wholesale. So, and if he's not, then it's confusing. And that's where making a sales post, a proper sales post, is going to be effective, because what if he only wants to sell it in 1 pound packages? And so that's where it would be confusing. But he's just saying straight up, we have 60 pounds. So he might just try to straight bulk quantity. How much are you selling? Is it 10-gram baggies? Is it 4-ounce pouches? Is it 1 pound vacuum seal? Is it 50-pound bulk? Right? Because then each one needs to have a price. So size and quantity is number one. And then that's where then you figure out your price. Okay, pricing. Because then is it, I mean, do you like, I don't like when I make a sales post, I don't say, hey, I've got 300 pounds of powder. I don't say, hey, I've got 1,000 pounds of powder. I say, hey, I have 1 pound packages of powder for sale at a great price. So that way I can sell 200 of these. That's what I'm saying is the pricing is focused on size. So in your post, you're saying, these options. I have 10-gram baggies for sale on size. Are you a retail seller or wholesale seller? I think Curtis is already going more to the wholesale side, which is cool because he's already sold hundreds and hundreds of pounds. He's got a nice acreage in San Diego. So, but many people just getting started, they may want to have a little bit more of a focus with uh, asking here, are you a retail seller? The reason why? Because small sizes make more profit. Or are you a wholesale seller? Why? Because they get more like they may make because they get more per customer slash order. Maybe $300 versus $20. As a wholesaler, like Curtis might have the 60 pounds, and he might say, I have 60 pounds of powder for sale for X amount of dollars. He might just be trying to sell the whole thing. That's why I'm kind of confused because he didn't add the price for the 60 pounds. Is he looking for more communication in DMs? He didn't mention it. He didn't say DM me or contact me. Here's my phone number or order on the website. So these are some things that are going to be important. Packaging and labeling. So yeah, those are some things that I mentioned. So let's go ahead and try to just see what ChatGPT says for us first. We'll just kind of start to put this in. We don't need to spend too much time on it essentially, but I have a chat over here that I use quite a bit. I think one of the things is I have a one-pager framework already built up over here. Okay. So let's see. New one-pager, will you buy my Moringa? Okay, great. So let's go ahead. Okay. And ask here. Here is our next one pager, and we're going to use this as a framework. I kind of already fed it some information, some things that I already wanted the one pager to be. So here's our next one pager titled How to, and we can always, make it better too. How to make a proper sales post. There's several steps that can be used as a guideline in this process to get more sales. This one pager follows the framework. There's about 10 steps. Let's just say there's 10 steps. There's 10 steps. There's 10 steps, and I know you might see like I'm not doing grammar. I'm just doing real quick. Thankfully, ChatGPT understands what I'm saying. And I'm just doing something real quick to get the start of a draft for you. So I just want to show you how to make a draft for this, kind of start talking about this. I'll just copy this in here. Essentially, I'll say fill in the blanks, right? Here's our next one pager titled How to Make a Proper Sales Post. Let's highlight that. There's several steps that can be used as a guideline authority to get more sales step. This one page follows a framework. There's 10 steps in total, ending in the proper sales post. I have a rough draft of some of the steps. Help fill in the blanks to make it more detailed. Essentially, the person making the sales post needs to develop their product from start to finish, decide the size, pricing, quantity. I think strategy is a big one that is overlooked. Instead of saying, I have 60 pounds for sale, 60 pounds of powder for sale, unless they are selling wholesale by choice, it could be a strategy to say, I have 1 pound powder packages for $60 each. You know what I mean? So here's some quick details. Finish the 10 steps for me. I'm not saying that this is the best way to talk or anything, but this is kind of, something simple. Boom, I'll paste that in there. I pasted essentially what I just wrote there, and let's just hit enter and see what happens. So we're asking it to follow the framework. We have a framework already. We have a structure, how to make a proper sales post, simple 10-step guide to get more sales, become a member, decide what you're selling, the product development phase, choose your sizes, quantities, set your pricing, packaging and labeling, proof and trust. Oh, this is a good one. Decide how people buy from you. Do they DM you? Do they click? Do they buy from your website? Pick a person, certifications, boom, make the sales post. Final thought, you got a clear product. That's essentially what I wanted to make. I'm going to make a one pager based on that information. That was a great start for the day for essentially what I need to work on later this afternoon. So I'm glad you guys are just hanging with me, working out what we're doing. Someone's asking, I brought 3 trees inside. Yeah. Oh, good. The trees are going to survive. Mary Jo Mate says she can't wait to buy a home with land to do this full force. And someone is asking how to grow moringa because they need to make extra income. Number one, start with seeds. Start definitely with good seeds. We have great seeds. Okay, so let's go in because we want to help one of our members. Curtis actually has 60 pounds of powder. And so let's go ahead and bring him up on the map here. Let's see here. Thanks, Curtis, for making that post in there. We want to market and advertise for our members. We want to help you out the best. I know it's not easy making a post, but this is training, and also this is what we're here for. We're here to help. So since you made a post, I want to help you. I want to help our buddy Curtis out here. Look, he's right out here. Here he is. Curtis has 60 pounds of powder in San Diego that he grew right here in the USA. You can reach him at 858-735-4454. He's got 10 acres of moringa trees. You can buy fresh USA powder from Curtis right here in San Diego. It's got a great place there. A retired vet, a veteran. You can reach Curtis and get 60 pounds. I'm not sure if he's breaking it down or maybe he'll do it all at once. I don't know the price, but reach out to him directly, 858-735-4454 if you want to grab USA moringa powder from San Diego. He doesn't have a website right now, but he's got a beautiful farm right here in San Diego. So thanks, Curtis. Thanks for making a beautiful post. It's helping us to generate today's show as well, to help others make a post. So I've been wanting to make that one pager for a long time. So thank you. We mentioned the 5-pound, 1 pound. We're talking to members right now, telling them about the season, not to worry too much about growing moringa in the wintertime. Take off, go to vacations, go skiing. It's like I'm not expecting to go jet skiing, say like on Lake Michigan in the middle of winter. It's going to be cold. It's the same thing. I'm not going to plant seeds when it's cold. I'm going to wait till spring. I'm not going to grow trees really. I'm not going to worry about trees in the wintertime. It gets really cold. And all I can do is grow as many trees in the summer as I can, get them as big as I can. And if they survive, it's a numbers game. I've got thousands of trees out there. And if a lot of them live, great. If some of them didn't make it, it's okay. So that's where we go through these seasonal trends. Like right now, we have winter products. So in the wintertime, I'm constantly running out of oil. Like right now, I just ran out of oil. I sell so much oil in the wintertime. So I'm trying to get more oil. We sell a lot of fertilizer in the wintertime. We sell a lot of spice and tincture in the wintertime. This is the first time I've ever been able to go through the winter with my own supply in 10 years. And I'm able to sell 5-pound packages. This is how much we're able to get. We have it. I have a whole store here filled with 1-pound packages as well. Make sure to text me this week if you're still here. Make sure to grab a tincture. Text tincture. Text the word tincture to 813-696-6676 to win a free bottle of tincture. We're going to have a drawing next week. And so like in the summer, I'm mostly pumping out, I'm mostly harvesting in the summer. In the wintertime, I'm mostly working on the website and working on the back end stuff. Working on my podcast, working on my show, working on making sure I'm consistently making content. Okay. Let's go ahead and get grounded in reality because we have some updates on the farm. We need to get a new greenhouse cover. That's going to be coming up. We need a soil drop off. We need to get some soil dropped off, and we are starting to make biostimulant right here in the USA. That's one of the things that we're starting to do is we're starting to make biostimulant in the USA. So let's end the show with one of the most important questions of the week. Someone in our members area was asking this question. I want to go ahead and I think I want to make a one-pager about this as well. I think this is another one-pager that I need to make. So while we made this one here, right, which we started this one, how to make a proper sales post, how to make a sales post, one-pager. Let's save that. This next one that we get a lot is what's the difference between the seed powder and the leaf powder? So I think this is the next one that I want to kind of share. It's a big question that we get a lot, and so I'm really developing these one-pagers to really just be able to drop this information quickly. Putting all these one-pagers together essentially is the first 50 questions, but in depth, in detail, which essentially will turn into a book that I make. So this next one is going to be leaf powder versus seed powder, right? And that's going to be something that we make for, what's the difference and which one is better, seed or leaf? And that's pretty much what we're going to be working on next. So we'll have this one. Let me save this one. And we can kind of talk about this for a little bit. Let me save this file, save as. We're going to save this as leaf powder versus seed powder, one-pager. Okay. So what I try to explain, I'll save it. What I try to explain is, let me get the seed, let me get the leaf. I'll do this real quick, and then we'll go. We have seeds and leaves, seeds and leaves. So we have the leaf powder, which comes from the leaves. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the leaves. The leaves are on the outside of the tree. The leaves are in the sun. Okay. The seeds are on the inside of the tree, and the seeds are in the darkness. So seeds are encapsulated in a shell. The shell is wrapped in a seed pod. The seed pod is really heavy and dense. And this is kind of what I want to explain and share, is that the seed powder is heavier and dense, and it's very good for the colon. And it also has lots of protein, heavy crude protein. It's also full of heavier vitamins and minerals like zinc and magnesium, right? And then the leaf powder, the leaf is on the outside of the tree. It's in the sun, it's in the air, it's wispy, it's good for the hair, it's good for the skin, it's good for the eyes, it's good for the nails, you know, it's good for the blood. And so like the seed, organs, the seed is colon, the organs, dense, dark places in the body, the prostate, the uterus. The leaf is more vitamin C, vitamin B, vitamin D, vitamin A. This is more vitamin E. This is more vitamin, this is also some vitamin A, but this is more vitamin C, vitamin B, vitamin D in the sun, vitamin D in the sun. This is in the sun. This is soaking up the sun rays. So this has a different vibration than something that, say, was dark. And this is for the reproductive organs. This is a baby. This is in the womb. This is something that creates life. This is not a this or that issue. This is to get the complete source of vitamins and minerals in your body. This is an and issue. I take 2 of the leaf capsules and I take 2 of the seed capsules because this is an and issue. And wanting to take complete vitamin and mineral with the outside and the inside, with the light and the airy, with the dark, and the dense for the organs, and they kind of really work together. There's lots of fiber, there's lots of energy, but they balance each other out to where, it's not like too much energy, but it helps to give you sustained energy. This is like sustained. Seed powder is more sustained, it's dense, it's crude protein, and the leaf is more quick boost, for smoothies and shakes and things like that. So that's what I want to put here in this next one pager, and I'll do that probably here later today as I'm working continually throughout the day here. Really glad that you guys are hanging with me. Seems that there's no other questions at this time. And so I want to say thanks for coming in and joining. Make sure to text tincture this week. You can text tincture for to win possibly a free bottle of tincture. TINCTURE, tincture. 813-696-6676. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Come on in. You can visit. We have Moringa Conference this April 11th. We're going to do Saturday, April 11th, full day. So we'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great rest of your week. And thanks a lot for joining and spending time with me today. Moringa love. Peace.